Next up on the Hooks In MMA podcast, we're lucky to have 8-2 lightweight. He's got a big fight coming up. Mike Beast Boy Davis, how's it going today?
Going great. Honest, it's great to be here. It's amazing. It's an incredible experience. I'm very happy. Thank you for getting me on.
Yeah, no problem. We appreciate you coming on. So you grew up in South Cairo, New York. What kind of hobbies did you have growing up, and what got you ultimately into MMA?
Hobbies. Oh, as a kid, I would just ride my bicycle. I would leave for the day, come back at night. So just go anywhere, everywhere. Got me into MMA was my stature. Being a little kid, I was really small. I picked on, had a little squeaky voice. So all the big kids would just, make fun of me, push me around. And I wanted to be able to say I can defend myself. So I took boxing. Well, I explained my story to Kevin Rooney, who was Mike Tyson's boxing coach, and he took me in for free. So I started boxing with him, and then I joined the wrestling team and school, and I just started doing both at the same time. So my mother introduced me to MMA. She told me her coworkers do something called MMA. I didn't know what it was, and I think I was 16. Yeah, I was 16. So I go to this place, this little warehouse, and we're watching YouTube videos of like arm bars and triangles, and then we're trying it on each other. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I'm wrestling, I'm boxing, it's fun. So they put me in a fight, a title fight, my very first one with like 3 months of training, MMA, but I had my wrestling and boxing for like 2 years. And I took that fight, hardest fight I've ever fought, probably even still. And I won. I barely skin of the teeth won my split decision. And ever since then, I like that feeling. I just kept going.
Yeah, so there's quite the evolution, and just going back to you riding bikes from the morning till night, and see, I did
Yeah.
that kind of stuff too, like just go be adventurous. It seems in today's world, a lot of kids staying inside playing video games and not being out as much.
Yeah, that's changed. It has changed a lot. My little brother, I don't think he leaves the room. Literally, he's social anxiety, and he just sits in his room all day long. Comes down, gets some food, but goes right back up. Doesn't even eat dinner at the table.
Yeah, it's changed, that's for sure. What
Yeah.
gym are you currently training out of, and who are your coaches in your corner for your upcoming fight?
Okay. So last year I moved down to South Florida. I now train at Coconut Creek American Top Team, the headquarters. And for this fight camp, I have Mike Brown here and Tiago Alves. Two was plenty for me. I didn't need a third.
Yeah, and two with a resume and a background like them, that's good enough. um,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So your career thus far, you're 8-2. You're coming off a third round finish against Thomas Gifford. Congratulations on that win. What can you use from that experience into your next fight here?
Oh, that's so long ago, and I have taken all of 2020 to kind of visualize myself as a fighter, and I've had some fall offs. I felt like quitting. I didn't want to fight anymore. I got hurt a lot. I got hit by a car. I got extremely sick. I got an infection. 2020 beat me down, and for the days that I was healthy, I was adapting. I was learning new skills. I was um, preparing myself for the next level that I'm to come to, because that's like a bottom of the totem, and now it's only going to go up from here. So my skill set has to improve. Uh, I'm a far different fighter from that fight. That fight I took on 4 days' notice. Um, I was kind of just jumping in there and throwing whatever. Definitely more methodical with my movement. Uh, my stance is better. I feel a lot better. My wrestling stronger, grappling stronger. So
Yeah,
definitely a
that's
whole new.
a whole new arsenal of weapons and
Exactly.
weaponry, right? Yeah, I couldn't agree more about 2020. It knocked a lot of us down, but I think coming out of it and just getting to a new fresh year, fresh start, it kind of invigorates you. So I kind of like how you put that there. So Mason Jones, January 20th, that'll be on Fight Island, obviously. What do you know about him, and how do you feel like you stack up against him?
I know that he's the Cage Warriors double champ. I think the first one since Conor McGregor. That and I don't know. I didn't really. I know that he's a well-rounded fighter, just like me. So I'm just there's no need to look into how good someone is when you, well, I mean, you need to know what they do, like technique wise, but that's not something I do because I know that I'm at the level now where everyone I fight is gonna be just as good as, or better than me. Not better than me, but just as good as me.
Yeah, or below.
So yeah, so we're gonna go in there and we're just gonna fight. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, not overthinking it's a good thing too. Leading up to a fight, you got, your training camps, your weight cuts, and then the actual fight. What do you like to do after the fight's done?
Um, I love to eat. I just want to eat. Once the fight's done, I want to go to my room. I love Domino's. I don't know why. Domino's is like the best pizza I've ever had in my life. So I get a Domino's pizza, bunch of cinnamon breadsticks, Pop Tarts, upside down pineapple cake, root beer, and I just eat.
That's all you
That's
deserve it, right?
yeah. I
How the last time you,
yeah,
sorry,
it was like a month ago.
yeah,
So a month of clean eating. I just want to eat.
of course. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So, do you have any other hobbies other than MMA? And do you have like your own family, or you said you had a brother, like,
Well, they all live up in Daytona, and I live down in South Florida, so they're about 4 hours away from me. So every now and again, I'll go up and see them, but most of the time, I'm just down by myself. Hobbies by myself. I'd still like to ride my bike. Just grab my bike and go for like 35, 40 mile bike rides, or go for a jog. I like to explore, so if I can, I can get over to the Everglades and go into the hiking scenes over there. And I'm also a gamer. I just love playing video games. If anything, it takes my mind off of life. I don't understand how some people be in the gym and then they're training nonstop, and then they go home and then they're just watching more training. I was like, bro, take a break. Let your mind live a little.
yeah,
Just relax. So I like to play video games because it just makes me forget that I'm a fighter and I'm just,
free?
yeah, free.
I'll ask you about that in a sec. So our last segment here is between rounds. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna have an answer based on that question. Okay. You might have already gave the first one. What's your favorite kind of food?
Pizza. No,
Domino's. No.
my favorite food is cereal, cinnamon life cereal.
Okay. Favorite sport other than MMA?
Soccer.
Do you have a favorite team?
Nope. I used to play soccer
Yeah.
my entire childhood, so I love to play. Even now, I just like to play soccer.
If I haven't been to New York, if I had never been there and I wanted to go, what's a must see for me?
What do you like to do?
Anything sports.
Oh, sports. Madison Square Garden, go see a fight.
MSG, yeah, that'd be sweet. Favorite country in the world other than the United States?
I've only been to Thailand and now Abu Dhabi. So
One of those two?
yeah, one of those two. Thailand. I love Thailand.
I've
I'm going back probably March. So
I've heard nothing but good things about Thailand.
it's so great.
Cheap food, like you get a lot for your buck, right?
Oh my God. I took a picture of, I had so much food, my side and another plate, and it was all 11 US dollars.
That's unreal. Um, Favorite type of music?
Anything with a beat. I've liked all music, but when I'm working out, it has to be like hard rap, trap music, something like that.
Yeah.
But chilling at the house, it's like surfaces and some more flowy, nice stuff.
Favorite movie of all time?
We are back. Old movie about dinosaurs that go to New York City that can talk.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. Just a couple fights just to get your what your 2 cents on who you think's going to win. McGregor or
Okay.
Poirier?
I got to go with my teammate. So Poirier, we've been working a lot in this camp. He's been pushing hard. He's grown. He's stronger. I don't see that 60-second call that Connor's calling now. I don't see that happening. He's too strong now.
Yeah, that's a quick call, especially against a guy like Poirier. Chandler or Hooker?
Oh man, Chandler's first fight in the UFC, and He's small, so I might go with Hooker.
If Khabib comes back and GSP comes back, who do you like in that one?
I want Khabib to go 30-0. He's one of my favorite fighters. Yeah.
Well, I take offense to that being a Canadian. That's okay.
Sorry.
On January 20th, Jones, Davis, and Howe. How does that fight play out?
Because every fighter that I fight against now is well-rounded. I just see everyone as a grappler, wrestler, boxer. I just see it being kind of like a calculated fight or something like the Sadiq fight.
Okay.
So in that aspect. And then one of us getting caught, not me. Well, him getting caught.
I like
and,
it.
We'll say the first round.
All right. Yeah, sponsor shoutouts or social media to finish up.
There's so many. Makotech mouthpiece, Hydro. Man, I have one of them somewhere. Hydro Coco sponsoring me. We got Vital Minds for CBD, which I couldn't take any here because I'm pretty sure it's banned here. Man, there's Bryant Boxing for my gear. There's just so many. I want to thank Charles McCarthy for all the mental stuff that he's helped me with, all the physical stuff he's helped me with, and he's a good man, a very good man. American Top Team for, taking me in. I really had no reason being down here, but they took me in and immediately put me with the top people. So that was very fantastic.
Yeah,
and then all my social media is Mike Davis MMA.
Yeah,
Twitter.
if they put you with those guys, that means they see a lot in you too, right? And you're going to help out some of the best guys if you're training with Poirier. That you got a lot to offer, right?
Yeah, so I came down initially to help Poirier get ready for Khabib, and Jorge get, who was he fighting?
Masvidal.
Yeah.
Usman.
It wasn't Usman. It's before Usman.
Trying to think, not Darren Till. That was too far ago.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. Yeah,
not Diaz, was it?
I don't think it might have been Diaz, but I don't.
Maybe.
I feel like it wasn't Diaz.
Yeah,
but we all just kind of clicked and started chilling, hanging, and training together.
Awesome,
like a lot.
Well, yeah, we really appreciate you coming on today and taking the time. January 20th. Can't wait to see you get your hand raised.
Yes, well, I'm going
to
be excited to feel that again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And all the success to you on this fight and your 2021. Mike Beast Boy Davis, this is Hooks in MMA. Thanks so much, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
No problem. Hopefully talk in the future. Good luck to you.
Yeah, definitely will.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Next up on the Hooks in MMA podcast, we're lucky to have 10-3 bantamweight. He currently was born in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and currently trains out of there. Sometimes heads to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Jerome Renegade Rivera, how's it going today?
I'm doing great, Matt. How about yourself?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for giving up your time today. You got a huge fight on Fight Island on January 20th. How's the quarantine going? When have you done that? And what do you got going on for the next week here before you fight?
Everything's going great so far. We're about a week out right now. And thankfully I've fought twice this year already during the pandemic. So I've had to formulate a couple of training camps inside of a hotel room. So, it's not something that we're not used to at this point. But yeah, we are getting a little bit antsy after, I think this is like day 4 or 5 in a hotel room, something like that. Then 15 hours on a plane. So we haven't really got to go out and do a whole much, but it's just like the calm before the storm. All of us are just kind of getting ready, getting dialed in, and just getting ready for next Wednesday.
Yeah. So there's only so much you can do, in a hotel. So what have you been doing to keep busy?
Vegas went by surprisingly fast. I feel like we didn't really have to distract ourselves too long. It was just kind of, getting there, checking in with the family, hitting our social media updates and stuff like that. Here in Abu Dhabi, yesterday we were kind of just trying to come up with anything we could do. We tried plugging in our Xbox and we found out that here in Abu Dhabi, most of the plugs are wired with 240. and Xbox power plug only runs off of 120. So when we plugged our Xbox in, we blew our power cord.
Oh man.
So yeah, that was supposed to be our source of entertainment. So we lost the Xbox. That sucks. I got my Nintendo Switch though, so I've been throwing down on that a little bit and just talking to the fam. I got my jiu-jitsu mat right over here. Got all my recovery tools, so,
Oh,
just
nice.
taking care of my body and just kind of chilling.
Yeah, it's all you can do. So growing up in New Mexico, what were some of the hobbies you had, and then what got you ultimately into MMA?
Growing up in New Mexico, we have beautiful outdoors that surround us. We have a lot of mountains, a lot of stuff like that. So that was something I always took pleasure to growing up, was like, going to the outdoors, hiking, just playing outside, stuff like that. I like fishing. Um, and then, yeah, I've always been a big sports fan, like growing up, I did all the sports. I played baseball, basketball, football, all that sort of stuff.
Are you a Lobos fan?
Yeah, I'm a Lobos fan. We're not very good, but I don't watch them as much as I should, but I support them whenever we do play. But yeah, Santa Fe is a pretty small town, not a whole lot to do, just kind of enjoy the outdoors and play sports.
And I'm a fisherman myself. What kind of fish do you fish for?
I like hitting up alpine lakes, like really deep in the mountains. And then typically when in New Mexico, when you get out to those alpine lakes, we'll find like some really nice brown trout and stuff like that. In New Mexico, it's mainly trout is what we catch, rainbow trout and brown trout.
Yeah, I just started taking that kind of fishing up in the last year. So I just for Christmas got a center pin and a float rod, and I'll be ready to go for this year. So I'm pumped for that.
Nice. Are you fishing in the ocean? Or are you doing lakes?
So I'm up about an hour south of Toronto here. So we do a lot of river fishing. So from Lake Ontario, like some of the Great Lakes, from
That's awesome.
Lake Erie and Lake Ontario.
Oh, you're spoiled, bro. You got some legit lakes out there.
There's some legit ones for sure. So just starting to go here, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Nice.
Yeah. So what gym are you training out of, and which coaches are in your corner for this fight next week?
In Santa Fe, I train out of Santa Fe Martial Arts and Fitness. They're a Gracie Baja affiliate. They're also known as like Santa Fe Gracie Baja. Out here, I'm with my two OG coaches from Santa Fe. That is Joshua Montoya and Angelo Sanchez. I call them the OGs because when I was young, when I was like 12 years old, these guys were like the face of King of the Cage. And like I constantly just remember seeing them on the posters. They're big pioneers in New Mexico MMA. So very lucky to have those two guys in my corner. And then besides them, I got the great Chris Luttrell. He used to be a wrestling coach over at Greg Jackson's gym, like way back in the day. He's branched out and opened his own gym, and he's had UFC fighters that he's grown from the start. He's had guys come to him that he's helped groom. And yeah, very fortunate to have Chris Luttrell here with me. And he's from Luttrell Yi MMA.
And KOTC is pretty legit, eh? Pretty legendary.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, so you're 10-3 thus far. You had a big win on the Contender Series. You just fought Tyson Nam, sorry. What do you take away from that last fight, and that you've learned over this last bunch of months that you can use towards next Wednesday?
A lot of things that I learned from that fight was just kind of like mental growth that I need to make. Like I think I just didn't fight like myself. I kind of let Tyson go and bully me around, and I let him take the center of the cage and just kind of keep throwing that overhand over and over. So I think I wasn't seeing things coming the way I normally do. I think I was just very like offensive minded. I wasn't thinking about any counters. I wasn't thinking about defending strikes. I just kind of wanted to hit him. So going forward, I know that I need to stay more focused, stay more in tune with my game plan that we've been working on. And as far as like physical areas, I wasn't bringing my hands back to my face. I was telegraphing a lot of kicks. So those are definitely stuff that we've been fine tuning and trying to fix those little technical errors that I was making.
Yeah, and just a few of those tweaks right there obviously can lead to a lot of success. So hoping that happens next week. Francisco Figueiredo, obviously, a lot of people know the last name. One of the best flyweights in the world, if not the best right now, and maybe ever approaching that. But his brother, I would assume, has a lot of hype because of that last name, but it doesn't mean he's on his brother's level. Next Wednesday you fight him. What do you know about him, and how do you feel about going into that?
I've done some studying on him, and he's a pretty tough guy to find film on. So, I've been studying his record, studied about a video or two, kind of got to see what his style looks like a little bit. He looks like he fights a lot like his brother, but I think he's a little bit less polished. I don't think he's as explosive and as fast. And then as far as like just doing the studying in his record and stuff like that, he's 31 years old. He's never fought at 125 before. He's been a pro since like 09, and he's only 11-3-1. So I think he's either very injury prone, or I think mentally maybe he just didn't know what he wanted getting into this. I don't know if he really wanted to get to the UFC. I don't know how hungry this guy is, but I'm making a chip on my shoulder. I feel like this guy only got to the UFC because Davison called for it to get him there. So I worked my ass off to get here. So I'm ready to go and just put it on this dude. Yeah,
and I think you will. Leading up to a fight, so you got your training camps, you got your weight cut, you got your fight. What do you like to do to, I don't want you to overlook anything, but just what do you do after a fight to just kind of let the load off?
Yeah, I think it's very important to take that time to just be a regular human being again, not have to stress out too much about that diet or not feel like you're obligated to have to go and train. I think it's very essential to take like a nice week or two off and just kind of put some weight back on, fall out of shape a little bit. I think that's good for the mind, good for the heart.
Yep.
So yeah, I think, but also you can't overdo that, because I've had times in the past where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take a week off, coach. And then 1 week turns to two turns to a month. Before you know it, you're 30 pounds over your fight weight and you're way out of shape. And it can be very discouraging to come back from that stuff. So yeah, I think it's good to give yourself that little mental break, but not too long.
Yeah, I like that. Any other hobbies or activities other than training and fighting? I know you said you played a lot of other sports growing up, right? So do you have any other?
Yeah, I would like to start getting more into basketball. I used to be on a city league in Santa Fe, so that was pretty fun. But the league that I was on, it was funny because my whole team was like me and a bunch of other fighters. And so, yeah, we were like always almost getting into it with somebody. Not that we're bullies or anything, but somebody would always start something with someone. And
I was going to say, you guys fouling out every game or what?
Exactly, right? Yeah, they'd foul my coach. And then before I know, my coach is mad dogging dudes. And I'm like, oh, no, this isn't good. But yeah, I'd say my biggest hobby is backpacking. I love going to the outdoors, and I look forward to going on a nice, maybe, I don't want to leave the family too long, but at least a couple days, 2-day trip or something when I get back.
Yeah, and just to speak on the family. So you said you had a daughter that's just over 2.
Yes.
Do you have wife? You have plans on having more kids?
I have a fiance. We got engaged last year in February, and we were planning to get married this year, but the whole pandemic has kind of slowed up the planning for that. Kind of makes us a little hesitant to plan, because we don't want to plan something and then it goes and gets canceled. So that's been difficult. But I just treat her as if she's already my wife. And we're always constantly having talks about possibly having more kids, and we get like hot and cold about it. Some days we're like, yeah, we're gonna start trying, and then but yeah, I definitely see at least one more kid in my future.
Awesome. The last segment we have here is between rounds, we call it, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and however you want to answer sounds good.
Awesome, let's do it.
Favorite kind of food?
Chicken Alfredo.
Favorite sport other than MMA?
Basketball.
I'm with you there. Favorite spot in New Mexico, if someone was going to travel there, never been there before, where would you send them?
High Park.
Yeah,
super basic, really close to Santa Fe. But I mean, if anybody listening to this ever happens to visit Santa Fe, literally type in High Park. It's like pretty much you can get there from anywhere in town within about 10-15 minutes, and just so many beautiful trails out there. If you like skiing or snowboarding, there's a ski basin at the top. A lot of cool things to do out there.
Awesome. Other than the States, what would be your favorite country in the world?
I'm not too sure, honestly. I want to go visit Canada. It looks like you guys got a beautiful little thing going on over there. I've been watching this show called Alone. and I was a lot of them were on Vancouver Island, and I was like, wow, and then I look up a lot of lakes and stuff and waterfalls in Canada, and I'm like, that place is beautiful. I definitely like to go check it out someday.
Yeah, there's a lot of good spots. Anytime you want to come up here, we can go float fishing. I'll take you.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Favorite kind of music?
Rap.
Yeah. Favorite artist?
I like old school hip hop, but I'd say like favorite artist, probably Mac Miller.
Yeah. Favorite movie of all time?
The Outsiders.
Oh, great movie. Great book too. I don't read a lot, but I watched the movie because of the book. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great book.
Oh,
have
awesome.
you read anything else by S.E. Hinton? Rumblefish, any of those?
I haven't, but I may now that you're saying that.
Yeah, check it out. She's a great author.
I will. A couple fights coming up here. Give me your thoughts. McGregor Poirier.
Oh man, I think a lot of people are counting out Poirier already. Even like hearing Dana White and stuff talk about him, he sounds very confident in McGregor. But I think Poirier is a dog. I think he's very hungry, and I think he wants that revenge from the first match. So yeah, I got to pick Poirier on that one.
All right. If Khabib comes back and GSP comes back, who do you like in that one?
Oh man, that would be something for sure. I think GSP would take that though. Just the diversity with his striking, the way he executes a game plan. And, you never see anybody try and take Khabib down really. And, we'd see George St. Pierre pushing that. So, yeah.
Praying for that this year.
Right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then in your weight class, or at least from your last fight, Aljamain or Pirrello?
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. I kind of think Aljamain's a little bit too gritty and seasoned for him. I think Aljamain can get that takedown and honestly dominate him on the ground.
I think I'm with you on that, to be honest. Next Wednesday, Rivera or Figueiredo, and how?
Rivera all day. I know that there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting that W. If it reaches the third round, the end of the third, which I have a feeling it's not going to, I know I'm going to get my hand raised, but I truly do see myself going and finishing this dude. I don't know what round it's going to come in, but I just know how hard I've worked. I know that game plan that we have up our sleeve, and I would honestly be very shocked if I don't come out with that W.
It's going to pay off. I can feel it. Sponsor shout outs or social media to finish up.
Yeah, if I can give a huge shout out to So Right. Always hooking me up with some good recovery tools, Compex, helping me keep my body feeling good. Who else do I got going on over there? Yeah, So Right and Compex, they've been helping me out a lot. Everybody in Santa Fe that always has my back, all my friends, all my family. I love you guys. 1 week. Let's do it.
I'm going to give a shout out to your buddy Phil there for hooking this interview up. I appreciate that. Appreciate your time. Can't wait for next Wednesday. Jerome, Renegade, Rivera, this is Hooks in MMA. Thanks so much, man. Good luck.
Thanks for having me, Matt. Have a good one. I'll look forward to talking to you in the future.
You as well, buddy. Can't wait. Next up on the Hooks in MMA podcast, we're lucky to have 15-5-1 bantamweight. He's got a UFC debut coming up here shortly. Gaetano El Tigre Pirrello. How's it going today?
I'm very good. Today is good, but I'm tired because I need train and always call my manager, my trainer. It's very, very busy.
Yeah. So you were born in Italy. That's correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, en Belgique.
No, I born in Belgium, but my nationality is Italy.
Oh, okay. So my question was, what were some of your hobbies when you grew up, and what got you into MMA?
Quand t'as grandi.
I make always martial art. When I'm kids, I make kung fu. And 12
At 12.
12 years, I make not Thai box, full contact.
I started full contact at 12. And
Okay, yeah. So you started with kung fu, right?
Martial art.
Yeah. Yeah. So what gym are you at, and which coaches are in your corner for your upcoming fight?
Now it's Osman Yegin. He's my head coach. He's a very big fighter in Thai boxing. 200 fights.
Wow.
Yeah, very, very, very good experience and fighter and coach, because it's a very big gym. In Belgium is the comment on a le plus gros?
Centre, la salle.
Un des plus gros centres. Un des plus gros gym.
It's one of the biggest gym in Belgium for boxing.
Yeah, and the record of Osman is big in Belgium. And my other coach is Nicolas Di Franco. He's my partner, sparring partner. He's a good fighter also. And Mike Viatko is my manager and ex-fighter, and very good fighter. It's my ancien coach, comment on dit?
Former coach in the past.
Non, c'est
qui?
mon ancien coach.
Oui. Former coach.
Former coach in the past.
Mike?
Yeah.
It was Mike.
It was Mike. He's a very good fighter, but now he stopped.
Yeah, no, that's cool to hear too.
Mike, il a toujours été là pour moi. Il a toujours été là à mes entraînements. Tous mes combats depuis mon début MMA, il a été là avec moi. Depuis mon premier combat.
He attended all his fights. He never missed anything since the beginning, so he's a good coach for that.
Awesome. Yeah. My next question, just you fought a lot at European Beatdown. That's where you had a lot of your fights before you got the call up here. What was your experience with them? Did you have a positive experience?
Est-ce que tu as une positive expérience au beatdown?
Yes, the European beatdown for me is very the step for the UFC, because I make 5 fights and 5 wins. It's in my city. It's very good for me because I have more people for me, and ça m'a propulsé, on va dire, pour les gens qui m'ont vu, et je me suis fait vraiment connaître grâce à ça, et c'est aussi ça a augmenté mon palmarès, ce qui a fait que je suis maintenant grâce à la ceinture.
It was a good step for him because many people was following him. It took place in his city.
Yep.
So it was he pushed him to. Tu veux dire quoi?
Ça m'a monté à l'UFC grâce à ça. Ça a monté ma popularité. Quoi.
He got more famous thanks to that. So now UFC noted him.
Yeah, and so just to compare something, I have a friend who is a fighter. He's in Bellator right now, and he's a bantamweight as well. And he would fight at home as well, and he would get a lot of fans coming out and watching those fights, and it gave him a lot of support. So that helped him too. So I totally understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, your next opponent is Ricky Simon. He's fought Uriah Faber and some big names in the sport. How do you feel going into that fight?
I feel good because Ricky Simon is good still for me, because I like him. It's not a big guy. It's same with me.
Similar weights, heights.
La taille, ouais. La taille. And the steel is very good because it's a good punch. It's more stand up and good takedown, but not. Allez, comment dire, c'est un combattant explosif et j'aime bien son style. On a deux styles qui vont bien ensemble.
Explosif.
Ouais.
He's an explosive fighter, and he thinks that his style is matching well with his style.
Yeah, no, I like that. I agree.
With him, I think it's a good fight.
Yeah, good fight for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like some other hobbies that you have, or like do you have a family of your own?
Est-ce que tu as ta propre famille? Est-ce que tu as des hobbies, ta propre famille?
Des hobbies, non?
Non, toi, tu as des autres hobbies.
Mm-hmm. No.
No time.
no time because I train all day.
That's good.
And,
Yes, but the Sunday is the day with the family because it's Italian family. Sunday is always eat with the family.
There you go. But that just means you're really focused. You're focused on this next fight, and you're ready to go, right? The last part here, I'm just going to ask you. It's called between rounds. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Just give your best answer as you can. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite kind of food?
Ta nourriture préférée?
Italian. Italian. Because I eat always Italian in my life.
What's your favorite sport other than MMA?
No, la course.
Running.
I like running.
What's your favorite city in Italy?
Ta ville préférée?
Sicily, my city. Riesi.
Yeah. What's your favorite country in the world? But it can't be Italy or Belgium.
USA.
I'm from Canada,
USA,
so I was.
Thailand, I like.
What's that?
Thailand, I like.
Thailand? Well, I was hoping you'd say Canada. That's where I'm from.
Oh.
No.
More cold in Canada.
Yeah, very cold. What's your favorite kind of music?
Italian music.
Favorite movie?
7.
Who are a couple of your favorite fighters of all time?
Quelques-uns de tes combattants préférés de tous les temps.
GSP, John Jones, I like Cody Garbrandt, and of course my best friend Tom Duquesnoy.
Who's that?
Tom Duquesnoy, my best friend.
And who's going to win between you and Ricky Simone, and how? How's that fight going to play out?
Qui va gagner et comment?
Entre Ricky et moi. Me. Me, I hope with cow, with a big punch. Or knee or punch.
Quoi? Punch.
Like it. Any sponsors, shout outs, or social media to finish up?
The sponsor? Yes, I have Wicked One and European Beatdown. Yes, European Beatdown is my sponsor. And no, European Beatdown Management is my sponsor. And qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Yeah, Sport Nutrition is supplément. Supplément.
Une extra.
Non, c'est un supplément c'est un magasin de suppléments.
Ah, tu veux dire, ok.
Vitamin Market. Yeah, it's Sport Nutrition.
Awesome.
Yes, because it's short, it's too short for the sponsor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure there's a lot, and there's going to be a lot.
10 days is very, very short.
Small amount of time, to get a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very happy that you came on. We appreciate your time, and we're really excited to watch your fight. We think you're going to do very well, and we wish you nothing but the best luck. Okay.
Je te souhaite le meilleur.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's very appreciate I talk with you.
Yeah, no problem. So Gaetano El Tigre Pirrello, this is Hooks in MMA. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Oaks.
Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love, yeah.